So we're here with Tom Bedecarre, who is the CEO of AKQA, a phenomenal brand and one of the largest independent digital marketing agencies in the marketplace. Tom, thanks for being here with me.
Nice to see you, Sarah.
I should mention, too, that Tom is on the board of governors of DMG Group. DMG is the parent organization to AdTech, iMedia summits, and CMO summits, and we are here at the AdTech Chairman's reception. So we'll be in a meeting tomorrow, and already Tom's ideas have had big impact to the AdTech shows. So
well, I like any
that.
excuse to come to AdTech. It's such a great opportunity to catch up with so many people in the industry in one place. So I know there's more than 13,000 people registered, and it's exciting to have that much energy in our industry.
It's a record-breaking year. So, and I think that AdTech is the largest of the digital marketing conferences, is also a bellwether of how the industry is doing in general. So when AdTech is doing well, typically it means good things for the rest of the industry.
Well, we're certainly keeping very busy. Yeah, we're having a great year in 2010, and we're trying as fast as we can to hire more people to keep growing.
Okay, well, it's interesting to hear what you're seeing out there. You know, you and I have been in the industry for as long as each other, more than a decade, and we've seen a ton of change over the years. But it feels like change keeps coming. And even since we were here last year, I feel like a lot is going on in the marketplace. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of change, and one of the things that I see is that change is starting to wear on clients who are just overwhelmed with how much they have to keep up with. And you know, from our perspective, it's exciting to have new things and new challenges and new ways to innovate. But I think if you're on the receiving end of that and having to keep up with what's new in search marketing and mobile marketing and social media, and everything just is moving so fast that the conversations I have with chief marketing officers are ones of frustration with how do they get their team to keep up with all that change.
Yeah, I can imagine that's the case, and I hear frustration from around the industry, really, in trying to get some of these new and innovative things executed. You know, there's so much crossover.
Yeah, I think the lines are blurring as to who's responsible for what, and with especially, I think with social media, there's so many stakeholders that want to jump in. The ad agency, the digital agency, the PR agency, some social media startups, and whereas maybe in the past the barriers to entry were higher, I think with social media, some of the barriers to entry are lower. Everybody wants in, and I think some of the traditional agencies that maybe missed some of the early digital waves wanted to jump in on this one early. And that causes, again, I think, complexity and frustration, and makes the client's job harder of having to separate all these agencies.
I think that's probably true. But AKQA has always been at the forefront of making these things happen. I know that you are, you know, one of the premier agencies when it comes to mobile marketing. I know that you've had some real breakthrough kind of work in the social spaces. I mean, are there any programs that are really getting you excited? Particular clients, and Coca-Cola is one of your clients, and they're always known to be pushing the envelope.
Well, I think what's exciting for me is the intersection of social and mobile. And as more and more people are tapping into their social networks via their mobile phone, and the location element starts to come in, and as obviously Google and Facebook and everybody are embracing location-based services, I think it's going to be really exciting and really fun, especially for our retail clients like Gap and Target. It's exciting to be able to do things knowing where people are and helping direct them to where you are.
Well, it's interesting because we've been advertising executives for a number of years, but things I think are moving away from advertising, and we're bringing clients into a place of developing content and figuring out how can they be useful to consumers? What utility can they offer? Are you in the app space? Are you kind of getting into the business of what these companies can create?
I've seen a lot of what we do change from creating ads to creating apps. And so a lot of what we do for our clients is actually help create platforms where owned content can be shared, and ways to engage with customers, as you say, creating a lot of utility. And as we're all trying to have deeper engagements and have ways to reach our clients, or our customers, that are less intrusive and less interruptive, if we can create an interesting, and sometimes the utility is fun. A year ago this time, we launched something for Volkswagen where we put a whole car launch and based it on an iPhone application. And it was a fun racing game. There were some social media elements. You could post a video on YouTube of your best race. There were ranks, and you could see where you were on the leaderboard. And it ended up having 6.5 million downloads. It was incredibly successful, drove a lot of people into showrooms to try the GTI car, and it's helped us really expand our footprint at Volkswagen in the U.S. As their mobile agency of record.
That's fantastic. Well, I would like to thank you, Tom, for joining us here tonight, and I'll look forward to meeting you back there for a drink later.
Okay, thanks very much, Sarah.